Hello everyone, this is Russell Carlin, and this is my Week 4 review video. For this week we did some achievements, and then also we have a few questions just about everything for the month. So, first off, I did open up my simulator here. I did have the feats here. I got one here for the survival, 30 seconds. That was the only one. The other one I have a few more because I usually do the testing on my iPad. So that's why if things are kind of off on the iPhone, that's why I try to make everything so that it'll switch over. Basically, like let me find an example here. Yeah, here it is. So you have all the different sizes. So if it's one size, then rescales everything to what it should be, so that it doesn't look weird. But sometimes I do miss them, and I don't change them over. So that's why I always use the iPad. So that's why it will always look right on the iPad. Alright, so I'm just going to go over the questions, then I'm going to do an actual see if I can get an achievement here. So for the most valuable thing this month, I would say just the knowledge of the code, because that's a big part of coding, is knowing how to do everything. And just knowing that things exist, and being able to find those things and use them. That's the big, actually probably the main part of it. So, and what did I find most challenging for this week? Everything was pretty simple. Actually, probably the most difficult thing was getting all the dimensions right and being able to have these side by side and everything, and spaced appropriately. That was kind of a task, but everything else was it was all pretty straightforward this week. So, what would I have done differently if I could? I would have had more feats. I actually did have a whole list of them, like 30 or something. But then I ended up doing just one of each. So you have your measurements, your negative, your intervals, and then also the completion. I was going to have a bunch of them, but I couldn't figure out how to scroll this to the side or do anything. There were a few outdated, like 2 years outdated, packages that you can put on here, but they don't work anymore, obviously, because they're 2 years old. And I couldn't find any new ones, and I just didn't really want to. I couldn't find anything, and I don't really want to do hard code that. So I just went with these. As for, let's see what the last one is. Things you can use clarification. Nothing really this month or this week. Everything was pretty straightforward. Each type and exactly what we needed. No confusions there. So, all right, we're gonna try to get an achievement just by finishing them. Have one that's after you finish the whole thing. So we're gonna try for that one. It's kind of hard on the simulator because you can only control one thing at a time. Like I said, you usually test everything on the iPad because it is a heck of a lot easier. But we're trying. And also made it so that the boundaries, you can only go so far. Like I see, I stopped right there. I couldn't go up any further. That's to make it a little bit more difficult. Eventually, I'm going to have it so they move, and when I do, that will, basically solve that issue of being able to just sit in one spot like I am right now and never get in the way. Oh, I lost. It is actually pretty difficult on here. But when you get the achievement, I obviously didn't get one here, but it has a little pop-up right here. It basically shows you the icon that was in the feats, and it'll say, okay, it'll pop up so you know that you did get an achievement, and then they go back and then it's lit up like oh, not one. It's lit up like this, so you can see I did that one. All these ones I have not done. When I do them, they pop up this little icon would pop up right down here, and then these will turn to their collar. So that is all for this week and all for the class, and I will see you all next month.